So NBA season right around the corner. I don't have anything necessarily wrote down here, just the names of my top 10 guys who I believe have a realistic chance of winning the NBA MVP for the 2021-22 NBA season. Y'all know I'm super geeked. NBA gets back going. You know you want to stay tuned, locked and loaded with your boy. Night to night highlights in the NBA. All right, let's not waste any more time. Top 10 guys who I believe will have a chance at winning the MVP this season. And I get to show off some of my new graphics as well. At number 10, let's go to Utah. The Jazz shocked the world by winning the West last season, in large part due to their star guard, Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan will have a realistic chance at winning MVP. I know Utah brought the band back, bringing back Mike Conley and company. But when you look at the offensive support that Utah has / doesn't have for Mitchell, you would think with what he displayed in the postseason, he was incredible despite the injury against the Clippers. I would tend to believe that Mitchell's name would be in the MVP run, and that's why I have him at number 10. At number 9, let's go Kevin Durant. A lot of people will have Durant higher on their MVP list. Remember, this is not my top 10 players in the world list. This is my MVP list. At the end of the day, Kevin Durant's got teammates named James Harden, and we think Kyrie Irving. As long as you got teammates like that, they're going to take votes away from you. Because some nights Kevin Durant's only going to have 22 points while James Harden has 30 points. Some nights James Harden's going to have 15 assists. Kyrie's going to have 38 points. The only reason why Durant is this low on this list is because he has incredible teammates that any given night can be the star, all right? At number 8, let's go Steph Curry. I think I picked Steph to win the MVP last year preseason. I got him lower this year just because the Warriors got some help. They got Iguodala back. Klay Thompson obviously is the big fish that is expected to come back at some point this year. Obviously, Steph's numbers will come down a little bit once Klay is back in the fold. I got to believe Draymond's going to be motivated to get back to all-star caliber level, which he was at when he had Klay and Steph to the left and right of him. They got some fantastic rookies that I think will make an impact. James Wiseman should step up and make some big leaps here for him this season coming off the injury last year. I think Steph will be down a little bit. He was incredible last year. I think his numbers will come back a little bit, which will mean his MVP ranking will come back a little bit. All right, number 7, let's go Luka Doncic. Luka's going to win at least one MVP at some point in the NBA while he's there. He's incredible, but still very young, learning the game. Luka's numbers are going to be fantastic. I mean, this dude's pretty much a lock to give you 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Let's see if Luka will take one of those, either the rebound or the assist stats, and put it into double digits. If he's able to do that, I might have Luka too low. Obviously, keep in mind that the Mavs struck out in the offseason with bringing in Luka, a co-star. Kristaps Porzingis stays hurt. When you look at it from that standpoint, Luka could be higher on this list depending on what happens in Dallas. He has the narrative to go out and get one of these MVP awards, all right? At number 6, let's go Dame Dollar. The only reason why I'm going Dame over Luka is because Dame drops bigger points in his big games, right? Like Luka might light it up and go 38, 19, and 12 any given game, but Dame will drop 60. And I just think to the casual fan and the media, those 60-point games stand out more than those big triple-double games that Luka might have. Nothing's changed in Portland. They didn't get him that much more help. It's still him, CJ, and the crew. Damian Lillard, let's see if Chauncey Billups can bring the best out of him defensively. Maybe he could jump up those ranks and finally bring home that MVP award in his closet, all right? At number 5, I'm going LeBron James. Anytime LeBron's in the league, I know it's year 19, I think he'll be in the top 10 in MVP running. You know, LeBron is still one of the best basketball players in the world today. I actually have his Los Angeles Lakers teammate higher on this list. You know, LeBron, you would think at some point is going to somewhat come back down to reality, but we ain't seen it just yet. Injury bug hit him last year. We'll see how that impacts him this year. Like, are we going to start to see a LeBron James that can get hurt in season? Last year was a little bit of a shocker when Solomon Hill bumped into that ankle and kept Bron out of the fold for a double-digit games, right? So we'll see where LeBron's at. He's incredible. A walk-in 24, 25, 8, and 8. I actually think LeBron's assists will be down a little bit, though, playing with Russell Westbrook this year, which will be new. What if LeBron only averages 4 or 5 assists? That's probably one of the reasons why I don't have him higher. Also, the defensive component, I think, will keep LeBron's stats or keep him out of the top 2-3 of the MVP running, just because I think his teammate is going to light it up this year. We'll get into him more in a second. At number 4, how about it? We're going Nikola Jokic, the reigning MVP of the league. You just got to think about the setup for Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. is his co-star until Jamal Murray makes his return. You know, Michael Porter Jr. is hit or miss. You know, so that means a lot of nights where Nikola Jokic is going to have to be the guy to go get you 20, 10, and 10. People don't talk about this, but Nikola Jokic, from a big man's perspective, super durable. He didn't miss a game last year for the Nuggets. Durable, the best big man passer we got in the league, can score over either shoulder. Yeah, Nikola Jokic is going to be in the top 5 of the MVP runners for the next 3-4 years. I know that people that ain't the most popular thing to say, but it is the truth. The Joker is the real deal, and he's valuable. That's the definition of the word. He's valuable to the Denver Nuggets. If he were to go down, that team would go down. As long as they got him, to a degree, they will stay afloat out west, all right? At number 3, I got Anthony Davis this year. I brought this up to you a couple minutes ago. I said, you know, I can't put LeBron higher than this because I think Anthony Davis is going to have a great bounce back year. If you look at that team, all the components are back to the season where Anthony Davis was at his greatest version of himself, which was a couple years ago when the Lakers won the championship in the bubble. You know, you look at Dwight Howard back. That's going to be some help for AD. They got DeAndre Jordan as well. So AD doesn't have to play the 5 a lot. You know, Rajon Rondo, to me, is Anthony Davis' best teammate of all time. He's back in the fold. His job literally is to try to make Anthony Davis look great. I think Russell Westbrook plays better alongside Anthony Davis than he does LeBron. I think that's going to be a great combo, a 1-2 combo for them gentlemen in the pick and roll. I think AD's going to flourish. I've heard he's put a little bit of weight on. He's had some rest to get that body right. Everything to me is working in Anthony Davis' favor to have an incredible bounce back year. Hopefully he's focused. More importantly, hopefully he can stay healthy, which I think that goes hand in hand with the focus level. If all things go right for AD, I got a feeling he'll be top 3 in the MVP. At number 2, another big fella. We went all bigs for the top 4 here, which is incredible, by the way. In a guard league, we're going bigs. How about Joel Embiid? Look at his setup. We don't know if Ben Simmons will be there at some point in the season. If not, then Joel Embiid will have, think about it. The East is still the East. Like, you got the great teams in Brooklyn and Milwaukee. But after that, it falls off. I know Miami's got Kyle Lowry. I know some teams are making some moves. We think Boston will be better this year. But for the most part, the East is still bad at the bottom. Really bad at the bottom. And Embiid by himself can win you some games. If you look at the narratives, like, who are you going to give the MVP to? Are you going to give the MVP to Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets if he's got Kyrie Irving and James Harden there? You're going to give it to Giannis if he's got Drew and Chris Middleton there? Or if you look down the list and you see Joel Embiid's got Philly as a top 4 seed, and it's just Joel Embiid from a star perspective. Like, he will have the narrative if he can go out and put the Sixers in a position to be a top 4 seed, even if Ben Simmons doesn't play. I know Ben doesn't shoot, but he still was an all-star in this league. So, I mean, Embiid will have the narrative. He was in the MVP running last year. Obviously, he went down with injuries. Again, Joker didn't go down with any injuries, so that's how he was able to withstand Joel Embiid. Embiid's able to stay healthy and play 65, 70, 72 games, I think. And if Philly's the top 4 seed, it will be tough to not give Joel Embiid the award. Now, let's say Philly ain't in the top 4, top 5. The gentleman that I believe will win an MVP again, it'll be his 3rd in 4 years. He's the reigning NBA Finals MVP. I'm talking about the NBA champion, number 1 on my list. That'll be the Greek freak in Milwaukee. His name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. People, Giannis is about to be playing stress-free basketball probably for the first time in his life. He's a made man, an NBA champion. You think he was getting them jumpers up last year. You know he's going to get them up this year with him coming off a Finals MVP. He dropped 50 and 14 in the closeout game. Yo, over the last 4 or 5 years, without a shadow of a doubt, it's not even close. I watch a crap ton of basketball, y'all. Giannis has been the best player in the league by far. He plays harder than any athlete I've ever seen in my life play to play. I'm talking about in the 3rd quarter against the Washington Wizards in January. Giannis is still playing hard. Like, this dude plays incredibly hard. And that's how you win regular season MVPs. By playing hard more times than not when guys are just kind of coasting through. Giannis is still going to be dropping 30 and 15 in November. That's what he does. He'll do it in November. He'll do it in March and April and May. This is what he does. He will always be in the MVP running. And I think the narrative will come back to him as well. He's coming off that championship. Again, I think people are going to buy into the Giannis story a lot more. I've been high on Giannis for the last few years, but he ain't have no playoff success. Now he's got that success. He's got that weight off his back. Pressure-free basketball. I wouldn't doubt if Giannis takes 6 threes a game. And who's going to judge him? He's the finals MVP for a reason. His Milwaukee Bucks are champion. He's locked up for the future. Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton, they fill their roles, but that doesn't necessarily mean they filled the stat sheet. Chris Middleton can be super effective with 24 points if he knocked down 6 out of 8 3-pointers. Jrue Holiday can get you 12 points, but what if he's got 4 steals, had to guard the other team's best player? Like, that can still be an impactful game for Jrue Holiday, which means there's still 30 points and 15 rebounds to be had for the Greek Freak. He's my number one in regards to the MVP award. This is not my best players list. We did that one as well, though. Make sure you go check that video out. These are the 10 guys I believe are in the best positions to win the NBA's Most Valuable Player of the Year award for this season. All right? Stay tuned, locked and loaded. You don't want to miss a beat with me this season. I'm everywhere that they're not.